everybody, Lucas Haneman here. Welcome to an acoustic guitar string edition of Guitar Tone Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing well this week. I wanted to let you guys in on a little discovery I have made recently. For years, I've been looking for a very good acoustic guitar string that doesn't cost a fortune and sounds great for a long period of time. And I think I have found those strings. These right here. These are DR Rare Phosphor Bronze acoustic guitar strings. The DR String Company was started by Mark Dronge in the year 1989. Mark's father, Al Dronge, interestingly enough, is actually the founder of Guild Guitars. So music was in the blood. And Mark wanted to start a company with the mission of making a high-quality, round-core, handmade string with something a little bit different to offer. These days, the DR String Company is certainly offering that, but they're also offering much more, including these strings. Now, these strings have a hex core. So the round core strings are a little bit more of the old-school design. The hex core strings have the advantage of the fact that you can tune them down, you can change your tuning of your guitar, and you're not going to risk having the windings slip off because of the hex core. So I find them to be great. I really like hex core strings. Now, just for reference, I would say that these are kind of comparable to a Diodario Phosphor Bronze string or a Martin Phosphor Bronze string, for those of you who play those strings. But in my opinion, they offer something a little bit different. Now, let's hear a bit more on this guitar, and then we're going to hear a bit on a different guitar and hear a little bit about those differences. So here's something a bit more open sounding. So this is a little small-bodied parlor guitar built by Peggy White from Almonte, Ontario, Canada, close to where I live. And just for reference, it has an Adirondack spruce top and this beautiful African hardwood called Wenge, which has tonal characteristics similar to Brazilian rosewood on the back and sides. It just doesn't come with the Brazilian rosewood price tag, which is great for musicians like me. I love this guitar. It sounds great for the small body thing. Now, on this guitar, I've got the 12 to 56 gauge set, which they call their bluegrass set. This guitar has a short scale length, 24.5, so I like having a little bit of a longer string on my low E to give it a bit more of that attack and that snap. Now, let's hear them on the other guitar, which is a dreadnought guitar built by Patrick Hawley, who is also from the Ottawa area of Canada, where I live. Now, this guitar has an Engelmann spruce top and East Indian rosewood back and sides. On this guitar, I have the 12 to 54 gauge set, so basically a regular light gauge set. So let's hear this set with a flat pick. I love playing that kind of faux bluegrass stuff. It's a lot of fun. So as you can hear with this guitar, they've got really big bottom end. And when I first put these strings on both of these guitars, I was amazed by the projection and the volume that they had compared to a regular Phosphor Bronze string. They're louder, they have more mids, they cut through the mix more, and that's a real thing. They also have a low tension, so it's nice to bend. They feel smooth. And full disclosure, I waited to do this review. These strings on both of these guitars are about a month and a half old, which I know may sound crazy, but I wanted to see how long they would last, and they are still kicking it, guys. I find with Phosphor Bronze strings, usually you kind of get about 3 weeks, and then that's it. They're dead as a doornail. But these strings have lasted. They sound great. They still sound very good. They don't sound like a brand new set of strings, but they still sound very alive. And they're staying in tune, which also, by this point in a string set, you tend to find the tuning stability slips. Now, why did I go for new strings? Well, I'm a full-time musician, and with this COVID-19 situation that the world is going through, I'm doing absolutely everything I can to save some money. I've been using coated strings for years, but sometimes I find that the price of those strings doesn't really justify how long they last, I should say. I find that sometimes the coated strings, the coating wears off for me because I bend so much, especially on my G string and my D string. And, for the amount of money you spend, I just don't find it's worth it right now for me. I am loving these strings though, and I like kind of worn in slightly guitar strings, But if you want to hear these strings brand new, go to the Hearthstar Festival. My wife Megan and I played at this thing called the Hearthstar Festival. We posted a video of it on YouTube right after I put these strings on this guitar. They were like 2 days old, so you can hear them brand new on that link. But please let me know in the comment section below, have you ever tried DR strings, and in particular these DR rare strings? Do you love them as much as I do? For me, I'm going to give them 2 thumbs up. I am so pleased with these strings and the fact that they have lasted this long. So please do keep those likes, shares, and subscribes coming. It really means the world to me, guys, that we are so close to 1,000 subscribers now. It really means so much to me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We will see you guys and girls again next Tuesday.